Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to another edition of the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. The scene is set within an apartment on Manhattan Isle. An apartment that Lucas Mathis has not had the chance to actually reacquaint with himself. But over the last few days and getting a fantastic new roommate, he's starting to settle in more and more and more. So much, in fact, that he's actually gotten a bit of food in the refrigerator, although that is mostly pre prepared foodstuffs, Lunchables, and the like. But for right now, he's decided to go with an old standard and old favorite, some tuna salad sandwiches. Gone ahead and just made the tuna salad right up there, and is quite glad that it is not in any way, shape, or form reminiscent or resembling blood and or gore that he saw much earlier today. So he's delightfully munching down on that sandwich, drinking from a 2 liter bottle of, well, Pepsi Pop. Yeah, let's go ahead and call it Cola Pop. Yeah, Cola Pop. This is generic as a drink that I can possibly make it right now. The door opens to the main entryway, and Lucas has seen this walk before. He's seen Garrett go ahead and open the door and just go and walk all the way down the hall, past the dining room, past the living room, past the bathroom, all the way back to the bedroom door on the other side of the apartment, which is just simply a straight shot. It is his roommate Rabash.
You know what? I think this is the first time we've been in the apartment at the same time.
Usually we get the shift change.
Yeah, or you're at your cabin, which I had so happy you just told me about the other day.
Well, I don't particularly use it all that often. Offered by Kalani a few days ago. No, excuse me, a few weeks ago. When everybody was like apologizing over themselves about the shit I went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, going through shit has its perks.
Like all the random apologies you get afterwards. By the way, there's 2 boxes of pizza in the freezer if you really want them.
Yeah, maybe later.
Yeah. How's your shift?
Uh, well, apparently there's a vampire in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried making contact with it just to talk to it, see what was going on, but couldn't find it.
Damn. I heard that this city was like overran with vampires.
Oh, I'm sure they're around. The warder told me as much, but we seem to be maintaining peaceful coexistence so far.
Gotta admit, I don't like the idea of a random neighbor boy coming around with fangs and pale face.
Yeah, you and me, we don't really got to worry about that. They're more scared of us than us of them.
Wasn't always the case, but okay.
Yeah, generally speaking, that's the ones I encountered.
Tell me about that then.
Well, in Chicago, uh, you ever heard of the war?
I know the general war with the nation.
No. It's much more specific. A war in Chicago.
Okay, the war in Chicago. I know nothing.
Garrett will maneuver himself to go plop him down in one of the chairs in the living area. Uh, well, long time ago, before I was Garu, some shenanigans happened. Werewolves and vampires were at each other's throats. It was real bloody, real messy. A lot of people got killed.
Shit, we actually go to war with those assholes?
Well, yeah, it bit of a misunderstanding from what I heard.
Okay, So Chicago, big conflict between leeches and us.
Mm-hmm.
Why did that start up? What were you involved with?
As I said, it happened before I was Garu,
Okay, fair enough.
but I heard about it, and because it was a misunderstanding, apparently it was a setup made to look like someone else did it. Hostilities ensued, people die, all that sort of thing. I thought it might be useful to establish a rapport so it didn't happen again.
Okay, so you're hoping to get in contact with this vampire. You notice that Lucas is actually going to go ahead and kind of cringe at the prospect. Eh, don't think that's wise.
I've done it before.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's that like?
As I said, the ones I encountered, they're more scared of us. These things, they just want to survive and have their own little piece of the pie.
Okay, so how do you deal with a leech then?
You talk to it.
Yeah, what?
You talk to it. Sometimes you make it scared of you. You don't go after the ones at the top. You go after the low level guys. They're the guys who talk. They're the guys who are afraid of you.
Okay. How do I tell the difference?
Yeah. The lower level ones still don't know a whole lot of what's going on. And yeah, they tend to scare of you.
Okay, so that's just basically what you gotta do. You gotta say, hey, buddy, I'm gonna rip you to shreds. That kind of thing?
Well, I'm not as overt. I prefer the little, menacing stare, and he kind of squints his eyes, looks at you.
Mm. He tries to mimic it as such, but he's not skilled in intimidation. He looks like a big dumb puppy.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Hmm.
So, you just did it now, and you did it before. Do you have a history with leeches?
Um, you know, he's gonna go ahead and scratch his neck. I'm not gonna say a history, an encounter maybe.
You want to talk about it?
Uh, Not particularly. Well, what exactly do you want to know?
I'm just trying to learn.
Okay. Um, I had the encounter with them in Florida, Miami, Florida, I think. Um, mm, they were not afraid of me. They were not scared of me at all. But that was back when I was kin, young, dumb, stupid. Hey, what can I say? I saw a very, very nice looking girl. I wanted
Yep.
to impress her. Did some surfing right in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed quite taken. At least I thought she was quite taken.
Night surfing?
No, day surfing.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. She saw me, was taken aback. I was like, okay, imagine this. I'm a dumbass teenager. I
Mm-hmm. Yep.
don't really think I'm a good looker or whatever have you. And
Easily
this,
see that. Yep.
yeah, wow, really, really good for my confidence, really. Um,
Auspice roll.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so she's like this cute little goth girl. I'm quite taken about that. That was about the time where I went for brunettes rather than redheads. And, well, I hated the entire world, and she was speaking things like, oh, you've got such a heart, such a passion. You know how things actually are. Giving me all those really, really good one-liners about how different I am, how special I am, which at the time I was. I mean, I was a part of a roving band of hippie gypsies with a bunch of spirit magic attached to us. More I tell. Hmm.
That's
In any case,
interesting, but
she takes me, and we walk to this. Well, it's this little shady den, pot smoking den. Actually, she takes me to. It's about It's about 3 a.m. in the afternoon. People are starting to actually uh, file out of that place. Seems like they don't actually operate during the daytime. So she takes me back, and she actually surprises me. She gets kind of aggressive, although I was kind of aggressive too. But she was stronger than she looked. She looked like this little scrawny, wafy goth girl, but she had a strength like Olaf. And yeah, I just no matter what I thought, it just my brain was clouded, and it wasn't from the pot smoke at all. It was just her. Couldn't take my eyes off her, like at all. So by the time I get you know, lured back, I don't notice the other two who come in like quickly, like Garu speed quickly. Go ahead and bash me across the head. And when I wake up, it's several hours later, and I'm pretty much duct taped to a chair.
Jesus, Lucas.
Yeah. They decide they want to pump me for answers about the family, where I come from, where I live. I get the face beaded across. No cigarette burns. Threatened the cigarette burns. Think they were too chicken about like actually putting a mark on me.
Huh.
Don't know why. By the time things got really, really heated, and I pretty much lost a little bit of consciousness, the sun was like going down,
Mm-hmm.
and they told me their boss would be coming in at any moment. So that freaked me out like considerably. I mean, these were vampires. What the head vampire like? I don't know.
No. Wait. If that was all during the day, and you're saying someone clouded your mind during the day,
What?
uh, that's one of the few things that's actually true about the myths. That whole daylight thing.
You're shitting me.
No, there's a few few of those myths that are real that I've come to discover.
So that goth girl wasn't a vampire?
She couldn't have been. She would have been bursting. Well, I actually haven't seen it, but I just know it's true.
I can't tell you what you know is true. All I can tell you is what I experienced.
Okay, well, I just wanted to get that out there. Just continue.
Okay, fair enough. So like nights ticking off. Don't ask me how I know exactly the time of day that it was. I have a good internal clock. Comes with being on separate time zones for quite a while. But in any case, there's this door at the other end of the warehouse that goes flying open, and I swear to God, it was a cloud of bats that just streamed out there, and well, the two jackasses, burly guys, and the one goth chick freaked the other living fuck out and ran pretty much like a bat out of hell, and then the clouds of bats followed after it. Them, I should say. I was stuck there. All the bats whirled around me. I felt something. I don't know what it was. It felt like a bite all over my body. I don't know. I don't really like to think about that part because there was another instance where my mind was just clouded, not in the good way. Did not feel good. Kind of feel like that was the worst part, the bites, because it felt weird. It didn't feel like something I wanted, but it felt like something that I was going to get anyways. And
Interesting.
yeah, I don't. The best way I can describe it is, the best way I can describe it is, it felt good. Felt really good. Probably felt better than what that goth girl was going to give me, to be quite honest. But I didn't want it. It just happened, forced on me. But that only lasted for a few seconds before that cloud of vampires, bats, I think,
Cloud of
flew.
fires.
They
I'm sorry,
flew.
Lucas. It just sounded funny. I'm sorry. I
You
know it's a
recognize,
traumatic
like,
experience. I know. I
yeah,
understand.
yeah, whatever.
How'd you get out?
Because vampire bats flew away. Um, I don't know. Stuart King sniffing for me, and he got me out of there really quick, like. And we never went back to that city ever again.
Well, thank you for sharing, because I like to know as much as I can about these guys.
Well, what do you know? Because that whole story was weird, and I never got a real good explanation for it.
To be honest, it's not a whole lot. I know they're real. A lot of people say they're minions of the worm. They smell of worm taint. I can't tell. They like I said, the sun gets them. Sun, fire. Uh, some of the other myths may or may not work, but the sun and fire seems pretty consistent in all the stories I've heard. They got to drink blood.
Okay. They have to drink blood.
Yep.
Why?
Uh, that's how they. That's how they move. That's how they stay alive.
Okay, that's pretty damn weird.
Vampires, Lucas.
Freaking vampires.
Interesting thing though is they don't all like each other.
Makes sense, I guess. But we don't like each other much, anyways.
Exactly.
So what does that mean? Like, you can talk to some of them and they'll be afraid of you, but you can talk to other people and they'll also be afraid of you, but they'll
Well,
also want to kill each other.
the thing I learned is that you can play them against each other sometimes.
Okay.
Everybody's got enemies, Lucas.
Noddles. Is
But
that what you were hoping to do tonight?
well, you know how I said like people say they smell a worm, all
Mhm.
that stuff, right? When word of a vampire gets out, and when it did something to one of our own, people get angry.
Did that happen?
Yes.
Oh, see, no, I'm going to pretend that Lucas has not been paying attention to or at least not been briefed on the whatchamacallit, Guardian chat until after the scene.
Gotcha.
Okay? He just goes ahead and looks and says, "Ooh,
I'll get to that, but they're okay.
okay, that's good."
So I just wanted to establish contact with it, see if it was going to be in town for only a short while, because we can't afford to be throwing resources at a vampire that we don't know the strength of.
Smart move.
Apparently, it's a magician, stage magician.
That seems rather public for one of them.
I told you, Lucas, they just want their slice of the pie, and to live a long life. Need a job to do that sometimes, I guess.
Fair enough.
But when I went to the hotel, apparently the dude's like a ghost, so I couldn't see him.
He's like a ghost, as in he's invisible, can turn invisible, or he
I
just
think they
didn't have
just
any
meant
records?
I think they just meant he comes and goes as he pleases.
Ah, right. So no records, no ties.
Nah.
Sucks.
So I recommended we just stay away for now.
Well, okay, where do we need to stay away from? Do we need to stay away from all the magicians, of all the stage performances, or like just this one night, or do we need to go ahead and enact a curfew on ourselves?
Mikhail said his name was what was it? The Great Danton. So just look out for that guy.
Motherfucking great Danton, the guy that walks around the fucking Columbia University.
You tell me. This is the first I've heard of him.
I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure his name comes up there once or twice.
Good, so we know he'll go elsewhere.
Explain that one to me.
We don't need to get in conflict with these guys. It's a drain on our resources. We have more important things to fight and worry about.
You may have to convince me on that one. I don't like them.
I get
And
that. I understand.
look, if it's already hit one of us, we should go ahead and hit it back and drive it out.
Yeah, but they said it just, I think it did it out of fear. They said it just, Mikhail said it just wanted to be left alone or leave us alone, something like that. So I think it picked up what they were, panicked, and lashed out.
Okay, but none of us are hurt.
No, we're fine.
Okay, and we know where it's gonna go ahead and like you notice that Lucas tries to go ahead and brings like two fingers up and mocks the fang motion. Hunt the night.
Yeah, that's about how it is. But I'm telling you, you just want to leave it alone.
More than happy to do so. It's not gonna hurt
If
me.
it was really coming after us, if it was truly a monster leaving a wake of bodies, then yeah, we'd have to take care of it.
Mhm.
But it's a stage magician. You survived a feeding, didn't kill you.
That's what that was?
More than likely, yeah.
Jesus Christ, I thought I was going to turn into a vampire. I was looking at Stuart say, leave me there, leave me.
I don't know exactly how they turn each other. I just know victims don't necessarily die, don't turn into vampires.
Okay. Is this something that we have to monitor or watch out for?
It's what I did in Chicago, and I'd like to do it again. That's why I
Okay.
was hoping to establish contact.
So you did more than just watch and report back in Chicago.
Once I became a Garu, yeah.
Were you good at it?
Lucas, what I left behind in Chicago was beautiful.
I'll take your word for it.
I had been working on contacts and allies from the time I was kin. Once I changed, I started seeking some bigger players because I had a little more confidence, you know?
Mhm.
I knew a lot of shit. And then I came here. Managed to make a couple of contacts, and then one of them got fired from the police department. So I'm down to one low-level street guy. And then I've been too busy dealing with the Sept under constant siege.
Except under constant siege, and oh my god, did you hear? We have a new one. We have a freaking another first change right in front of me this time.
OOC, does Lucas have visible signs of it?
Do visible signs of what? An attack?
Well, like if he got in a scrum, blood, or anything?
Nope, nope. He seems pretty damn clean.
Okay. You're kidding me. 2 in 2 days.
I know, I know. This one happened in Waffle House, just out in the boondocks, actually. Me, Olaf, Aaron, the glasswalker. Who else was there? Oh yeah, Mikal,
He's
your tribe mate.
everywhere.
Say what?
He seems to be everywhere.
Seems to get around at least.
Yeah.
In any
So in a
case,
Waffle House, I take it was bloody.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Imagine this. You're this you're just waitress, right? You're trying to do the 9 to 5. You're trying to get as much of a quality customer experience as you possibly can provide, bearing the fact that your heels are probably digging in to your shoes and killing you. And imagine this guy is being an utter jackass, yelling and screaming to you about the meal that he did not order, which he obviously did order. And imagine that you're due for a first change. What happens?
Well, the inner bitch comes out.
Inner bitch, inner beast, lots of fangs, a gigantic maw, and that man is dead.
He got
Just one,
exploded.
just one clean swipe, one clean attack, and he is just dead, falling on the ground, covered in blood. She's covered in blood. A lot of the other customers are starting to get affected in the mind. All that delirium. Everybody's going crazy. Olaf.
Jesus.
Yeah. Olaf springs to action, tackles the son of a bitch to the ground. Mikhail goes ahead and offers his own assistance there. Aaron is trying to make sure that everybody who is delirium based doesn't get in the way of a raging rage monster. And I, for myself, is just trying to figure out who the fuck this guy was that we just went ahead and saw murdered.
Got his wallet, did you?
Yes.
Yeah. Good work.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I do. In any
Um,
case,
oh, go on.
in any case, after the uh, after the new changer, the cub went ahead and tired herself out. We drug her ass into the mystery machine and drove like a bat out of hell, far, far away from the crime that's about to be reported. I listened to the incident reports on the police box in the mystery machine. They seem to be reporting it as a wild dog accident. They don't know exactly what's going on quite yet.
Classic.
Yeah, yeah. That's the reason I got the damn thing, to confirm the ideas that I want to have passed around. That Aaron, the Glasswalker, is going to make sure that shit happens. We got her out. We had a nice talk. Oh yeah, Olaf is the acting Din father, so this was doubly fortunate for all of us.
He's going to break under all the cubs and kin he's taking care for.
Yes, yes, he is. Not something that I envy about him.
Where's Katori? I mean,
Katori is currently
oh,
recovering
that's right.
from.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Extended healing of all the kin and the bereavement leave he's been totally entitled to.
Yeah.
We get the kin. I mean, excuse me. We get the cub. We drag her back to the sept. we have our first lesson about crossing the gauntlet and walking through the Umbra because we don't want to deal with cops. And when we try to suss her or let her slide back into the delirium over at the log cabins, she gets stuck.
Caught in the web?
Yep, caught in the web.
Eesh. That's not a good first experience.
Nope. Me and Maeve watched it happen in the cabin. I screamed at her, grab her, and slip on through, which she did fantastically. But she was completely shooken up by that. So we tried to calm her down, tried to explain things a little bit more.
She got a
And
name?
Tylani, I think. Let me check my
Tylani.
brain pans. Tylani. Yep.
So we got a Kailani and a Tylani.
Oh, that's gonna get really confusing really
Yes,
quickly.
it is. You always got to think ahead, Lucas.
Mm-hmm. Strong, silent strider smelter, but with a glyph of a stag on her neck.
You mean she's purebred and didn't know?
Unknowing kin. Maybe it wasn't that strong of a scent. It's just what came to my mind.
Huh. Man. Well, we need new warriors, I
And
guess.
she's a warrior. Yeah, full moon.
Good. Hey, is there anything else you need to tell me about that?
What do you need to know?
Well, I mean, if that's all the relevant information and she's okay, that's all I need to know.
She's fine. She's okay. She's back at the cabins, pretty much resting it all off.
Garrett will kind of move in his chair, get a slightly stiffer posture, and look at Lucas. Speaking of first changes, how are you holding up?
Pretty good, all things considered, actually.
Justin well?
Yeah, I imagine people got problems with like the first chains of physiology, but no, that shapeshifting just came kind of like a given.
Mm-hmm.
Shape changing came like a given. Spirit walking just came like a given.
Well, you already knew how to do that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the rougher parts of being Garu, not gonna lie, still gotta check my brain pan every so often to make sure that's still okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one thing: the Fomori hunt that they took me on wasn't all that good. Kind of rough, but I showed my chops. Stabbed one of them right in the chink in their continuous armor, ripped it apart, and then I went ahead and sold what they were eating, and that really, really did not help at all. In any case,
Monsters, Lucas.
you're right; they were monsters.
Can I pee and eat them?
Oh, please do so.
One.
All right. One success.
Yeah.
Yes, they are monsters. Lucas understands that Fomori are monsters, maybe a lot more than he figured before the Fomori hunt.
Mm-hmm. It sucks, Lucas, but you get desensitized to it over time.
What do you get desensitized to?
You name it, fucking everything. Eventually, you're gonna see some tentacle horror, and you're just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it's one of those."
Nah, that I can kind of deal with. I mean, they're horrible. Yeah, but That's not what I was really concerned about. It was the first time that it actually a Fomori hit me really badly. I mean, he's gonna go ahead and like scoot his top shirt off just a little bit and show him the unblemished shoulder. I mean, the wound is completely healed. You would never guess that he got skewered through there.
Yeah.
Lucy goes ahead and shows it was right there. A huge freaking proboscis tentacle threw me right there. And I can't even feel it now.
Does that bother you?
Little bit. Never been hit like that before, and never really continued fighting like that before.
As I said, you'll get desensitized to it. You'll get used to it. It's what you are.
Okay, I understand that. It's just, it was the adrenaline of the fight.
Yeah.
Was stabbing, was dodging, was weaving. I could get all of that. The first hit, I thought I was gonna die. It ripped apart my entire freaking arm practically, and now I don't even see it.
I know.
Garrett, it's like it didn't even happen.
I know. You'll get used to it.
He goes ahead and nods. Yeah, okay.
That's all I can really say. I mean, I told you, you fight monsters, we're monsters.
Okay, well, at least this monster, he goes ahead and jerks two thumbs. Doesn't keep a horde of, doesn't keep a freaking grave in his basement.
No, yeah, that's a little freaky.
Yeah, that was really fucking freaky. Nobody questioned where the heavy stench of iron blood was coming from. Oh, I found it. That was not a nice place. Like, hey, everybody, let's go ahead and fight these winged, tentacled monsters with really tough hide, and let's ignore the awful blood.
Well, you did good.
Yep, found it, shut the door, told everybody about it, plainly forgot about it afterwards, because I don't need to have that particular horror in my brain at the moment.
I hear you. But you're getting a lot of combat in very quickly.
Maybe true. Was it the same for you?
No. I mean, my rite of passage, I had to kill a few more, but after that, it got a little quiet.
Think about it like this, Garrett. Been involved in a lot of combat,
Not,
never really
not
fought
taking
back.
a hit. Yeah, I got you.
Never taken a hit, never fought back. That was the first time that either of those things happened.
You're gonna take more hits. You're gonna bounce back. You're gonna take more. Probably get a few scars. Eventually, you're gonna leap into combat without thinking of it.
Probably. Okay, Garrett.
Yeah.
Have you? Okay, Garrett. I don't know if this was like fright or panic, but I couldn't change.
What?
I could not change. That entire freaking conflict, I was stuck in Hamid. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't change at all.
You tried tapping into that rage?
Oh, he goes ahead and nods. He said, "Oh yeah, I tried to tap into the rage. Nothing." I don't know if it was like a freak fucking thing, because I can totally change right now. But when it actually came barreling at me, that spitter, that liquor, the huge fucking tongue, couldn't do it.
I you tried tapping into your rage and you couldn't change.
Yes, scariest fucking moment in the entire freaking conflict.
But did you eventually change?
Yeah, yeah. It took me a few hours, but yeah.
A few hours. What time of day was it when you couldn't change?
Let's see. I believe it was later in the evening.
Was the sun still in the sky?
Yeah.
And so then a few hours later, you could change.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett his face he squints and he looks really confused. And then a flash of anger kind of crosses his face. Lucas, are you fucking with me?
God, no. Garrett, no, 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 no. You can guess anybody there. They didn't see me change. I was stuck in Hamid. I didn't tell anybody that I couldn't change. I played it off like I was going to be like a fucking super badass hero, stuck in Hamid, showing everybody how it was done with Xavier's knife bladed thingy. But no, 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 fuck no, I couldn't change.
Have you changed during the day before?
Yes.
And his features kind of soften a bit.
Is that like battle panic?
I mean, it's a little bit tougher to change when you have to think about it. Yeah, but if you tried tapping into your rage, you should change instantly.
Don't know. Maybe I'm just not as strong in the shapeshifting as I thought it was. Olaf tells me I need to spend more time in the wolf shirt, so probably going to be doing that for a while.
I don't know. You know, your buddy Ren, apparently, have you heard she has some trouble changing sometimes?
I know that she prefers not to.
Huh. Yeah, she did mention that. Sometimes if you don't want to, it won't come. It's like your mind's fighting against it.
Mm. How do you stop that from happening?
I don't know, Lucas. I still don't know what exactly happened to you. When you changed in the day before, you said you've changed in the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Was it natural?
Yes, I took the long way around. I didn't take the short way.
Meaning you didn't tap into the.
Nope. The only time I've tapped into the rage in order to shapeshift was simply to go ahead and play with Maeve and Lupus.
Don't know what to tell you, Lucas.
I really don't want that to happen again, especially not in a fight again.
My advice:
Hmm?
keep shifting, keep playing around with it.
All right.
Here's an idea:
Mhm.
spar with someone. Spar with the scariest person in the set, and see if you can change then when they're running at you. Claws unleashed.
Oh God. Okay, I'll try that next time.
That's
But
about all I can offer you right now.
mhm. I don't really scare that badly. I mean, Jesus Christ, Whisper went ahead and pointed a gun at my head, and I didn't blink one bit.
Gosh, he's got to be less trigger happy.
Mm-hmm. You met her before?
I was first contact.
Ah, fair enough.
Bit of a jackass, isn't she?
Very trigger happy. Doesn't talk very much, although I think that's due to her disability. Whatever.
She's a smart ass.
How can you tell?
Because we found a way to communicate. And she was being difficult on purpose.
You know she can silence a room, right?
She showed me.
Okay. We were doing that on the Fomore hunt. Um, After the battle was done, there was this cone of silence that we couldn't speak through, and we had to look at Whisper and pretty much tell her to knock it the fuck off.
Yeah, I took a few steps back trying to play with it, and it seemed to have a range about 20 feet, give or take.
Eh. She uses guns, so eh.
If she can hold her own, though, I'm fine with it.
Yeep.
But back to you.
Back to me.
Yes, back to you.
Hmm.
Lucas, and he looks up. He's kind of mulling over his words. Before your first change, you had a relationship going on.
Uh, Kinda.
How you holding up with that?
When it happened, I went ahead and sought her out. I pretty much I knew that we couldn't be a thing like we really wanted to. Uh, Sucks. It continues to suck,
Mm-hmm.
but I've kind of made my peace with it. Uh, Still close friends, even if romance is no longer an option. But I really, really, really didn't want to give up on that kind of closeness, that kind of relationship, even if it just, even if it wasn't uh, romance. It was still very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
She's my sister,
Yep.
and I owe her like terribly oodles and boodles.
See, yeah, I want to go through an exercise with you, Lucas.
Oh boy.
We're gonna ragabash the shit out of your feelings.
Okay.
We question all things.
Mhm.
So while I do not doubt 1 second the veracity of your feelings, I question the romantic nature of them.
All right. Why do you question them?
I think, just a hunch, you and Maeve really need to be the first two members of a new pack.
I believe that we
If it
do.
hasn't already happened.
We talked about it. Uh, we're thinking of making a new pack, but in order to do so, you gotta petition a totem spirit, all the good nonsense. I'm actually looking forward to that. Talked to Rin a few days ago about it, and she described how a pack works, how a pack link works, how the totem works. Yeah, I want that. I want that with her. I want to be in a pack
Good.
with her.
Because I think something brought y'all together. And I think when you were kin, you might have interpreted it differently. Feel me?
I'll I'll follow you if you're willing to lead. What did I feel?
I'm just saying, I think you felt a bond with Maeve, but because you're kinfolk, you interpreted it romantically because you couldn't have really understood that kind of bond if a pack bond is everything that I've been told, you know?
He goes ahead and nods his head. Mm-hmm.
I'm no theurge. I'm just bullshitting right here. It's just a theory.
And I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, for a while, I had a lot of the qualities of the Garu even before I had the first change. I mean, hell, I was blessed by Gaia with Gnosis. So maybe that part of my spirit was sensitive to her.
Makes sense. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I really don't want you to be sad about losing that. I want you to instead realize what you've gained.
Garrett, I want to thank you for actually checking in on me.
Well, goddamn, Lucas, it was obvious to everyone in the world that you two were a thing. I had to follow up.
Yeah, you did. Probably one of the first few people to do so.
And don't think you can bullshit me about your first change. I know what happened.
Oh, what do you think happened, my good sir?
You said it was passion and Star Wars. The last time I spoke to you, I said go rent the Star Wars trilogy and watch it with her. What do you think? No, I
That
don't think you changed when you saw the passion between Leia and Han in the carbonite chamber.
we watched New Hope, which well, we watched New Hope, and it was right about the time that Leia and Luke swung across the reactor chamber.
Funny guy, Lucas.
Oh, you have to laugh in order not to cry.
Yeah. Does anybody else know?
Mm,
Have you told
they
the
might.
truth to anybody?
I've not told the truth. Nobody. Rather just keep that in history. Lost forever.
Where it should remain.
Exactly.
You got something special with Maeve, Lucas. It wasn't what you thought it was. It's something else, something deeper. Enjoy it. That's all I got to say.
Fully intend to. Say again?
I said that's all I got to say about it.
Thanks, man. We
Well,
were actually talking about this PAX stuff, and you know how two people get when we're talking about other people and candidates, right?
okay.
Unfortunately, my good Garrett, these two goofballs are looking at you very, very strongly for what we're considering packing up.
Garrett's giving you the look that's in the GIF.
Stupid fucking grin across his face.
Garrett's not smiling.
Still smiling.
No,
Straight off. No.
I'm not a right fit for y'all.
Well, how do you consider that?
You don't need two of us, Lucas. You're more than enough ragabash for a pack.
I got definitely a lot of potential, but that potential it's young, it's unmolded. You've got a refinedness to you. Hell, you've been teaching me a lot more than this last few weeks about my moon than anybody else has done, so
So you can go out and do it yourself.
you're really pushing me away.
I'm not pushing. I can't look out for y'all in a pack.
I
You
don't
can't
believe.
count on me to look out for y'all when the shit
Garrett,
really gets tough.
Garrett, I don't believe that. Don't think for 1 second I believe that.
No, I can't.
You keep saying that, but I'm not convinced.
You saw how effective I was in that fight against the Fomori.
Mm-hmm.
Not very effective.
You had a few slaps, but you were there. It counts that you had a heart. It counts that you stood up and fought.
So
Besides,
let's change the situation.
Mhm.
It's you two and me against those Fomori. The warder's not there. Mikhail's not there. Olaf's not there. You and Maeve are the heavy lifters.
goes ahead and shakes his head. You know, in that Fomori fight, I wasn't actually fighting.
I know I'm hypothetically making you a Garu in this case.
All right. So Magaru in that case. Garrett, anybody is a warrior if they take on the form, if they know what they're doing. Just a
Can't
little.
fucking protect you.
Garrett goes ahead and slides his share. We don't need protection. We
No,
just
but
need.
you're gonna be looking to me. I'm no leader.
You worried about being an alpha to this, in fact?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, that's the whole point about the pack. The alpha is one that chooses for himself to be the alpha of the pack. If you don't choose to be it, and if you don't compete for it or challenge for it, you're not. So you don't have to worry about that.
So who would it be?
That actually stops Lucas in his tracks.
Maeve?
Maeve is young, naive, could.
Leading us into every danger because of her youthful curiosity?
She's not that dumb. In fact, there's a lot of shit that the whole reason that she gets in so much freaking trouble is because of me.
So you then? Constantly looking back at me.
So you can become a beta. Is that so terrible or awful?
I'm fine as a beta.
Garrett, nothing here has set in stone quite yet. Hell, we have new cubs that are just starting to rush in, and
And
I
they'd
want
be
to go
much
ahead and
better candidates for you.
Garrett, the reason I want Maeve in my pack is because, yeah, we got that connection. Yeah, she is pretty good at what she does, and I'm pretty good at what I do. But you know what else? She looked out for me. She had my back, just like you've had my back, just like you tried to explain things and make sure that I didn't get lost in this new world. That's what I need from a pack. I don't need us to be heavy ass heavy duty fighters. I just need people around me that I can trust and that I want to be connected with like that.
Garrett's breathing heavy. He's got a hand on his forehead, eyes
Garrett,
closed.
mm-hmm. Garrett, what's going on? What are you going through?
I've never been in a pack.
Goes ahead and nods his head. I understand that. Were you ever offered one?
No,
Did you ever try to form one of your own? Or was that something you never ever considered?
never considered it.
Okay, Garrett. You never considered making a pack, and no pack around you offered it to you. Was there a
Correct.
reason for that?
People didn't like me too much.
Is that what you thought, or that what actually was?
The truth, Lucas, is that I come from a kin family that hasn't had a Garu represent them in generations. I'm a goddamn miracle.
That's good. That's great. You're a first. That means you can start
And the
a new.
wolf is incredibly thin in me.
Look, every Garu is a Garu when they go through their first change. I'm starting to learn that more and more and more. Why do you think that you're so thin? Everybody else is so strong. Hell, I'm a new freaking cub, and I'm not even strong as, I don't know, Victoria, Xavier, Emmett. I'm not as strong as them, but I don't consider myself any less of a Garu.
That moment when you couldn't change. It was terrifying, right?
Pretty bad.
What if you felt like that for most of the day?
He goes ahead and scrunches his face up, thinks for a little bit. It was bad because I was in real danger immediately, and I was just going with a gut instinct to change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't need it. I mean, it would have been great, but I didn't need it.
But what if you needed it?
Have to do without. I mean, yeah, it would suck. Never to change ever again, but you know what? I was only a girl for like 2 weeks, shapeshifting all willy-nilly. Maybe I just broke something inside me. Never gets fixed or healed, but you know what? It's been a goddamn long time without it. What are you getting at, Garrett?
You know, fuck it. I've already told 2 people this already. What's a third?
What are you doing, Garrett?
I have trouble changing in the day.
Blink. Blink.
Can't do it at will.
Never.
It can happen. Sometimes it doesn't work, though.
He goes ahead and like slides back in his chair. You got to smoke?
I sure as hell do.
I'm gonna go ahead and open a window real quick. Lucas rushes over to one of the windows of the apartment, goes ahead and scooches it up a little bit, looks back to him.
Pulls out a pack of cigarettes, packs it, extends one out for him.
Okay. Definitely takes it and asks for a light as well.
Pulls out his lighter, lights it, gets one himself.
Let me get this straight.
Mm-hmm.
Come from a long line of plain kin and no Garu blood.
Yep.
Still Shadow Lord stock.
Yep.
They go ahead and send you out into the darkness, into the night, to go spy on vampires.
Yep.
One day, Miracle of Gaia happens. You have your first change.
Mm-hmm.
Only caveat is, can't do it in the daytime.
Yep.
So you focus on what you can do when you can. All the action, all the activity at night when the leeches are active.
It's amazing to see you work.
No, just putting the pieces together. Blows out. You ever you ever hear the saying that Gaia works in very strange ways?
Yeah. Hear it for a variety of deities.
Mm-hmm. You ever shared this with anybody back home?
Couldn't hide it. Everybody knew.
You think that was a real decision for not extending a hand in Packhood?
Oh, you fucking think, Lucas?
Like I said, putting the pieces together. Again, another inhale, another exhale.
Garrett's just kind of letting his just burn. He's not even dragging.
Mm-hmm. We don't have an ashtray here. Fuck.
Just grab one of the pizza boxes.
Yeah. Lucas will go up to walk to the refrigerator, open it up, bring the pepperoni pizza box out for a second. It's been mostly eaten. Goes ahead and sets aside the half that hasn't been eaten to the side. Brings back the pizza box, cold, empty. Starts to tap his ashes into it while putting it on the window sill. Still would make a good fit. Garrett, me and Maeve were two goofballs. We're two Garu, just new, just in the cusp of it, not even going through our rite passage quite yet. You're experienced. You're older than us. You had to live this life a lot longer than us, both as Kin and Garu. And you still looked out for me. You didn't have to be Garu to look out for me. And you didn't have to shapeshift or change or do anything like that. You just talked. You just made sense. You just questioned. You didn't need a shape change. You didn't need to be a combat monster. You didn't need to be a rage monster to do any of
I
that.
didn't need a pack to do it.
You don't join the pack. You don't create a pack, I don't think, just to be a combat unit. I mean, don't tell this to Olaf. I love the man, but that's not a reason I want to be in a pack with Maeve or with you. I just want to be close together. It's the way Rin went ahead and like described it, to know somebody on a deeper level, to not have to try to explain things, to not have to fumble with words, but to simply show with images, emotions, sensations. That's what I want. And I'm pretty sure that works any time of the day. Now, I'm not gonna force you to make any type of decisions now. Just keep it in the back of your head. Hell, I don't even know if I'll make it through my rite of passage. But when I do, I'll come back. I'll keep asking that question.
Lucas,
What do you think about that?
pride. Do you have any pride?
Pride. I do not have the pride of an Arun. I have the pride of somebody who has served the nation quietly subtly for a very long time. I don't need to be flashy. I don't even need to win all the time.
Now, as you've sussed out, I've lived most of my life an outcast. What the hell you think's gonna happen when a 26-year-old Cleeth joins with two cubs?
I don't know, Garrett, but you know I've lived the life of an outcast just within this sept, and I've gone through it on the other side with your goddamn help. So I don't really fucking care what they talk about. I mean, what are they going to talk about? What is there to say? What kind of criticism would they give us? Hell, you're the master of criticism. Let's drag it back out. What are they going to say?
It could hurt my credibility.
How is it going to hurt your credibility for joining a pack with two newly minted Cleoths? Two rising stars, in fact. Hell, the spirits are already singing my praises.
Then come back when you've completed your rite of passage.
I will.
We'll see how everything stands then. Because right now, I am not what you need.
What do I need, Garrett?
I don't know. All I know is this does not feel right to me.
Fine. Doesn't have to feel right. Doesn't have to feel right. Now, I'm going to go through my rite of passage. I'm going to become adult in their eyes. And when I become adult in their eyes, and I choose who I want to pack with, and if they consider the people that I packed with lesser in any way, shape, or form, I'll pretty much just say go fuck them.
Fuck them.
Exactly.
He finally takes a drag. Gonna be honest with you, Lucas. Was not expecting this conversation.
Well, what did you expect?
I expected to talk, say my piece, and walk out that door like I do every other damn day.
Go ahead and nod that. Yeah, you usually do that. Glad you stuck around.
I'm gonna head out now.
Away with you, good sir.
Takes a drag of the cigarette one more time. Puts it out in the pizza box. Stands up and walks out.
All right. And as the front door of the apartment goes ahead and swings close with a nice little click, there we will end our scene.